the descent is absolute. From the silent, frozen vacuum of space, the view plunges through layers of clouds until the golden morning mist breaks. Below, the plains of ancient Bihar stretch out, untouched and waiting. Suddenly, the earth yields. From the flat expanse, red brick towers and soaring temples rise, emerging from the soil as if the stones themselves are waking. This is Nalanda. The air here holds a different weight, thick with the scent of damp earth and old, sun-warmed clay. Thousands of figures move through the courtyards, a rhythmic pulse of human activity. At the grand entrance, the sound of the world softens to a tense, expectant hum. Travelers from across the mountains stand at the gates. They have carried their life's work across deserts and oceans just to reach this threshold. Now, they stop. They adjust their footing on the uneven stone, eyes fixed on the heavy wooden doors that guard the path to enlightenment. A gatekeeper steps forward, holding a scroll. The candidates straighten their backs, their breathing shallow and rhythmic. The air between them tightens. This is the moment where the journey ends and the trial begins. They do not speak. They only wait for the first question. The gates swing wide, and the crowd dissolves into the veins of the university. Inside the lecture halls, the atmosphere is sharp, charged with the friction of ideas. Scholars kneel on polished floors, chalking intricate geometric proofs that stretch across the stone. Sunlight pours through high windows, illuminating the dust motes dancing over their work. In the hidden corners of the gardens, Ayurvedic masters peel back the layers of medicinal herbs, their fingers stained with earth, as they lecture on the mechanics of the human body. Across the courtyard, the night sky arrives early in the observation chambers. Astronomers align traditional instruments, their eyes tracking the slow, precise arc of constellations against the darkening ceiling. The real heat, however, is in the debate halls. Here, logic is the only currency. Voices rise and fall in a steady, rhythmic cadence, testing the limits of reason. A Chinese traveler sits beside a local scholar, their brushes moving in perfect synchronicity across palm leaf pages. They translate concepts that bridge continents, turning foreign symbols into universal truths. The sound is a constant, low-frequency vibration of intellectual hunger. Every action here is purposeful. Every interaction builds a foundation. They are not merely learning. They are mapping the boundaries of the known world, brick by brick, thought by thought. Deep within the university complex lies the heartbeat of the institution, the Great Library. It is a multi-story sanctuary where the air is cool and smells faintly of cured leather and dried palm leaves. Sunlight filters through high, narrow apertures, catching thousands of dust motes that drift lazily through the shafts of gold. Everywhere, the sound of progress is a soft, rhythmic scratching. Scribes sit in rows, their hands moving with tireless, machine-like precision, copying manuscripts onto fresh leaves. They do not look up. They do not speak. They are the conduits for the collective memory of humanity, anchoring centuries of thought onto paper. The shelves tower above them, reaching into the rafters, packed so tightly that the weight of the knowledge seems to press against the walls. Then, the rhythm falters. A cold draft curls through the aisles, extinguishing the small lamps near the entrance. The sunlight, once constant and brilliant, begins to retreat, as if the very sky outside has been blotted out. The temperature drops. The scribes pause, their brushes hovering mid-stroke. A heavy, unnatural silence settles over the hall, dampening the echoes of the quill. The shadows in the corners stretch, lengthening across the floor like ink spilling from a broken vessel. The sanctuary is no longer breathing. It is waiting for the dark. The first flame licked at the dry palm leaves, turning them to blackened lace in seconds. Then came the roar. Fire surged along the shelves, a hungry wave of heat that sent the scribes scrambling from their desks. Books tumbled, their pages curling as the inferno claimed the center of the hall. Thick, acrid smoke choked the air, turning the sanctuary into a suffocating maze of orange light. Character. One lunged for a shelf, hands bare, snatching up heavy bundles of scripture despite the searing heat on his skin. Nearby, character. Two kicked open a side door, shielding his face against the blast of air. They did not run for the exits empty-handed. Every scholar gripped a stack of knowledge, their fingers white-knuckled against the parchment. The library roof groaned, timber snapping like bone, as glowing embers rained down on the stone floor. They moved toward the mountain passes, boots pounding the earth, leaving the heart of their world behind in a collapse of soot and flame. The smoke rose high, a dark column against the sky. But the scholars did not look back. They pushed forward into the cooling night, the weight of the scrolls in their arms, the only thing keeping the light of Nalanda from vanishing into the ash. Centuries later, the silence of the plains is broken by the rhythmic scrape of metal against stone. Character. Four kneels in the dust, clearing away layers of earth with a brush. The red brick foundations emerge, still holding the geometry of the ancient monastery under the golden evening sun. The camera pans from these weathered walls to the sterile, bright interior of a modern laboratory. Here, the focus remains the same. Researchers lean over glowing screens, their hands moving with the same precision as the scribes of old. The connection is physical, a bridge built of logic and inquiry. As the sun dips below the horizon, the scene shifts back to the ruins. Thousands of pages, once lost, begin to shimmer in the twilight, rising from the earth. They fold and shift, their parchment textures hardening into feathers. Glowing, they lift into the air as a vast flock of birds, scattering across the darkening horizon. They fly over mountain ranges and oceans, carrying the light of Nalanda into the far reaches of the modern world. The ruins remain still, but the knowledge they once cradled is now everywhere, woven into the fabric of the global mind, never to be extinguished again.